I just experienced a fluid mind without self-imposed and ego-based limitations. It was an eye-opener. Today, on the 13th of May, I woke up early with the irresistible urge to listen to music. Not just any music, but classical music. While I certainly appreciate pop music like anybody, my first choice is and has always been classical music. My love for classical music was born at a very early age. While I don't remember my exact age, I believe that I might have been 11 or 12 years old when I first appreciated the magic of classical music through Mozart's Eine, Kleine, Nachtmusik and felt its universal energy move through my body. I was hooked for life. I like Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and many masterpieces by other composers like Beethoven, Vivaldi, Pachelbel, Albinoni, and Paganini, but I love Georg Friedrich Händel and Johann Sebastian Bach most of all. Listening to their compositions makes my heart sing, and the joy I feel is unreal and liberating. It's like my body is bursting from within, and my mind is immersed in that universal joy, having been reacquainted with the love our universe contains. Humans on Earth stubbornly refuse to accept this universal love, still engulfed in their conflicts of me versus you and us versus them. Am I a dreamer? Definitely. Have I lost touch with reality? One might gain that impression. Yet, I understand polarization and comprehend its roots in the ego-based mind. Today, I viscerally experienced an example of how the universe works through my heart. While I was listening to the prelude to Te Deum, a short but brilliant masterpiece from Marc-Antoine Charpentier, a French composer, I remembered a concert video with a beautiful collection of musical masterpieces that I used to watch and listen to on YouTube. However, it has not been available for the past few years. My heart was saddened by this loss because this collection of masterpieces, recorded on the beautiful grounds in front of a splendid French castle on a beautiful summer evening, was comprised by carefully selected compositions, performed by gifted musicians with instruments from 300 years ago and enjoyed by what appeared to be happy and appreciating people. The artistic performance, containing visual and musical elements of exquisite beauty, left an extraordinary impression. Most of the musical masterpieces in this video were composed by Georg Friedrich Händel, for two British monarchs, King George I and King George II, and are also highly recommended by George, that's me. You might say, to each their own, and you would be right. Naturally, not everybody is a fan of classical music, and that is understandable. However, imagine if the same thing happened to you, with the only difference that my favorite composer was swapped out and replaced by your favorite band. Now you understand, hopefully. And then, in a glorious burst of inspiration that came out of nowhere, I resolved to find that video on the web. After a few tweaks to my web search, I found it in its original form legally on a legitimate website without any ads, paywall, or any subscription required. At first, I could not believe it, and I thought that this might just be a teaser video or an abridged version of the original I was looking for. I played it online and watched and listened to 80 minutes of pure audiovisual bliss. I rejoiced what was lost has been found again. While I was immersed in the music and feeling the joy, I asked myself what just happened. I began reflecting on the particular stages of this discovery and what led to it. Apparently, I was immersed in my love of music, and my mind was connected to my heart through the bridge between mind and heart. This state is commonly known as being in the zone, characterized by total immersion of the mind within the open heart. While I was in that state of being, I was not thinking. Instead, I was enjoying the feelings that the music conjured up within me. In a split second, I remembered through feeling states, not thoughts, that Marc-Antoine Charpentier's prelude to Te Deum, one of the pieces contained in the video I was listening to earlier, was included in that lost YouTube video that I so much loved to watch and listen to. The next feeling I had was the equivalent of looking for it on the web. I use the term feeling and not thinking, because in that state of being, thoughts don't originate from the mind as we are used to. Instead, they originate from the heart as feelings and insights, in a way coating the mind like a sparkling magical fluid out of this world. In a split second, I immediately resonated with that idea of looking for the video online. While a split second is a very short amount of time, I distinctly recognized in this state of being a feeling of futility, not really believing that I could find that video online. This is because I looked for the video online when it was removed years ago from YouTube, but couldn't find it. At the same time, however, my love for music pushed me to try a web search, overriding mind-based limitations through outdated belief systems. There were no deliberate thoughts that I remember, just feelings and inspiration. What did I learn from this exercise in operating in a heart-based state? I experienced viscerally that ego-based conditioning through belief systems does not exist in this state of being. The mind flows effortlessly and without friction through the heart when we become aware of the bridge between the mind and the heart. While the mind is there, it only provides one tool available to consciousness. Adding the heart as another tool for consciousness and immersing the mind within the heart bypasses the ego-based conditioning through belief systems and allows the mind to function without the drag applied on it through the ego. To use an example from engineering, the mind is lubricated, so to speak, by the unstructured essence of the heart, which is nothing but universal love, sparkling with multi-dimensional magic. Having access to universal insights, the mind is liberated and functions without its typical ego-based resistance. There are no more what-ifs and whys hindering its function. What is also intriguing is the fact that I woke up earlier than usual with an urge to listen to classical music. This is another example of multidimensionality in action. The heart lives outside of space and time. I believe it was divine time for me to find what I lost earlier, and my heart alerted me to it. One thing led to another in a smooth and seamless way. Simply marvelous. If we would all trust our hearts and be in that state of being constantly, how beautifully all our lives would unfold, and how magical our experiences would be. Well, baby steps. We are all getting there eventually.